Best wishes. I'll do my best. Sweet dreams. Let's dream. Yes. Time for a swim? Let's go. For peace. Best wishes. Gotta cool off. Of course. I'll do my best. Time for a swim? Yes. Yes. Sweet dreams. Very well. Let's dream. Best wishes. Let's go. All right. I'll do my best. Time for a swim? Yes. Yes. Time to play. Of course. Gotta cool off. Best wishes. For peace.
Hey everyone, GuardianE here with another Camilla Emblem clear video in Fire Emblem Heroes, and today we'll be taking on the new Mythic Hero Battle on Abyssal difficulty featuring Duma God of Strength. So here's something you don't see every day, a legendary hero or mythic hero battle on Abyssal difficulty that's friendly to flyers. The center of the map has this puddle of evil that's just kind of spread around, and any grounded troops will not be able to bypass it, so they'll have to, with the exception of those that use guidance or teleportation skills, so they'll have to actually funnel around to meet your characters. Same with up here, this Lance Cavalier is going to have to traverse this entire area, and this little puddle that sticks out to the side can be used to your advantage. So lots of favorable terrain for flyers, I'll say, and that's kind of a nice change of pace. Of course, with the introduction of favorable terrain for flyers, will be flyers on the other team. So yes, of course, we're going to see a bunch of flying dragons, these Fafnirs, with great stat lines, and the blue flyer that's up here. There are going to be a couple more of those that spawn, obviously. You know already, Legendary Hero Battle, Mythic Hero Battle, reinforcements. Lots of reinforcements. That being said, there are lots of reinforcements, but they're pretty fair. I mean, they appear kind of in the corners and all the way back up here, so you're not going to be flanked by a whole bunch of reinforcements, and that's pretty nice, I have to say. Which means you can kind of fortify yourself or block off the path around the pond so that you can funnel them appropriately, at least past the initial wave. Obviously, the initial wave is kind of heavy on the flyers, and they still trickle in, but as soon as you get past that initial wave of flyers, you can kind of go at your own pace a little bit, which is pretty nice. So let's take a look at Duma himself. He has his default kit, with the exception they slapped Distant Defense 3 on him, which does make him a little bit annoying to take out from afar, but he doesn't have, thankfully, Distant Counter on him, which means that you have the luxury of poking him from afar with mages, with archers, with dagger units, so you can, at your leisure, kind of poke at him. And he is an armor unit, so he only moves one space at a time. There will be an armor that spawns later that has armor march, so both he and Duma together will be able to traverse two spaces at once, but even so, they can't pass through the pond, so you don't really have much to worry about there, so that's kind of nice. Then there's this red mage, there's this Lance Cavalier. Pretty standard stuff, nothing too scary to worry about. The blue flyer has Iote's shield, so if you're relying upon archers, that can be an issue. Something I will note is that this green Fafnir has Miracle, which is deceptive, because that can be really annoying if she ends up proccing Miracle or having the cooldown necessary to activate Miracle, because the first couple of turns are pretty clutch in terms of needing to take out units so that you have some breathing room. And the red Fafnir here, like I mentioned before, the one kind of big threat for against grounded units on this map with a pond in the center is the guidance, as well as the flyer formation. So there's some enhanced maneuverability there that you want to be wary of. So let's take a look at the team. We've got Vanilla Camilla here, plus 10. Merged plus 10, of course. Camilla's axe, reposition. I have Ether on her. This is going to be very important, critical for her to get self-sustain and renew her health. I also have Renewal on her as the B slot. We didn't really talk about Duma's weapon, but or not Duma's weapon, but Duma's skill, Upheaval. Upheaval means that on turn 1, all of your units are going to take 7 damage, and of course his weapon allows him to prevent doubles from an enemy unit that has less than 100% HP, and he also gets a nice little attack and res boost as well. So that being the case, I've gone ahead and put Renewal on Camilla just so that she can get back some of her health. Camilla's axe plus Ether as well will help with that. She has Hone Flyers for her C slot, and Iote's shield for the seal that will come into play, because there are going to be a whole bunch of archers that spawn up here. One Lance Archer Cavalier, Bow Cavalier, plus a red bow user. And speaking of the red bow user, the next unit on the team we have is Summer Camilla. So Summer Camilla, I've tossed the Blarraven on her, and I've given her Blarraven Triangle Adept. Obviously her defense isn't the best, but for the purposes of this map, it works perfectly fine. She's going to do pretty good damage to Duma. Having a Blarraven, she's going to be able to sustain and take hits from bow users. That's exactly what we want, and that's going to be her use. She has Reposition, Miracle for the special. I threw that on her as one potential strategy that I was going to employ. It didn't really come into play at the end of the day, so you can really swap that out for anything that you want, or just simply remove it. Triangle Adept, Renewal, once again, getting that sustain so that they can tank hits and potentially reverse the upheaval effect. Goad Flyers for the C slot and Brazen Attack Res 3. These are all very important for securing a couple of kills early on against red units, so those are very purposeful skill selections. The next unit on the team is going to be Adrift Camilla. Adrift Camilla has her native Book of Dreams. It's a great tome, creates a debuff effect on the opponent to all of their stats as long as she is adjacent to a unit. Gave her Reposition, and of course to synergize with Book of Dreams for her seal, I gave her Attack Speed Bond 3. She has Death Blow for the A slot, Desperation for the B slot, Goad Flyers for the C slot, and her special is Blazing Flame. And then finally we have New Year's Camilla here, pretty much untouched. She has her Slaying Edge, Gale Force, Heavy Blade build, Death Blow for the A slot, again to ensure those Heavy Blade procs, Desperation for the B slot, Goad Flyers for the C slot, and Reposition for the Seal. Reposition for the Assist. Another thing that I wanted to note about the map is that this is the first Legendary / Mythic Hero Battle where they split your team at the outset. So obviously 2 of your team is going to be on the right, 2 on the left, with this little crumbly wall that kind of blocks them off. And the units, or the enemy forces, will run up on you and engage on you, so they're very aggressive. They're not going to wait for you to configure yourself and bait them. So just be mindful of those things. So that being said, what we want to do is use Camilla's native tankiness to our advantage, as well as her Renewal plus Ether plus IO Shield. All this stuff that I kind of stacked on her so that she can sustain a lot of hits and heal back some health. We're going to use her as a tank to bait a lot of units on turn 1. So the Lance Cavalier, the Blue Flyer, the Green Fafnir, she's going to be tanking a lot of hits, but she can take it. She's tough. So we're going to put her in position to tank all of those hits, and we're just going to work on destroying this wall so we can reconnect and regroup our units together. We'll leave Summer Camilla here so that she gets the Hone Flyers buff for next turn, and additionally be able to buff Vanilla Camilla with her Goad Flyers. So on turn 1, Vanilla Camilla is going to be tanking a whole bunch of hits. They're all going to take the hit from Duma, of course. So she's able to tank this no problem. She's going to be able to heal a whole lot for Ether, using Ether against this Blue Flyer. It's exactly what we want to see. So the bigger threat right now, obviously we have the Cavalier and the Red Bow user that have spawned up here, and being Flyers, we certainly are wary of them. They are a threat. There's also the Fafnirs here that are incredibly tanky. Look at that defense and res. So they've got a lot to offer in terms of tanky, blocking your way, and we're just going to prioritize what we can take out. So the Flyers are the priority because the Flyers can traverse over the pond and also use guidance to make the enemy, give the enemy forces more mobility, so we want to take them out first if we can. So we're going to target the Green Fafnir. We're going to use Adrift Camilla just to wear her down a bit. She's going to take the Fury damage as well, and then we are going to finish her off using New Year's Camilla. And then next, we're going to use Vanilla Camilla to eliminate the Blue Flyer on this turn. Again, we're prioritizing the Flyers. And both Vanilla and New Year's Camilla can tank the Red Fafnir next turn, so we're just going to move Adrift Camilla to safety by using Summer Camilla and repositioning her back. So on this turn, New Year's Camilla is going to take that hit. She is in Desperation range now, which is great. It's exactly what we need for next turn. Since she is in Desperation range, New Year's Camilla can engage freely and without danger against this Lance Cavalier. So she's going to do that, double him and kill him on player phase, activate Gale Force in the process. We want to use Adrift Camilla to eliminate the Red Fafnir now. She is crazy buffed, having the Book of Dreams effect, the Bond effect, and then she's getting support from all of the Goad Flyers around her. So that's going to be enough to take out the Red Fafnir on this turn. And now we're going to move New Year's Camilla over here to safety, And we can use Summer Camilla to eliminate the Bow Cavalier, finish him off. Now, Summer Camilla is still going to be in the range of the red bow user, but that's fine, that is okay. That's why we have Blarraven and Triangle Adept on her, and Triangle Adept is also on the red bow, which makes it even a better matchup for us. We're going to just shift Vanilla Camilla to safety down here. Okay, she doubles back and kills on enemy phase. Alright, so on this turn we want to just fall back a little bit. They're making their approach obviously on the right-hand side. The Axe Knight is spawned with that Armor March, giving Duma additional mobility as well. We've got the Sword Dragon that's appeared, as well as this Green Cavalier in the back, and then another Flyer up here. Like I said, Flyer-centric on the enemy forces to take advantage of the terrain. We'll use Adrift Camilla to eliminate the Axe Cavalier on player phase. And we're just going to fall back a little bit. We'll use Summer Camilla to get into the safety zone. And we're going to leave Vanilla Camilla in the range of the Manakete. We want to be able to do some significant damage to her on enemy phase. And also use that as an opportunity to heal back. Alright, so on this turn we want to use Summer Camilla first. We want to use Summer Camilla first to take out the Sword Dragon. She will double and take her out without too much difficulty. We're going to shift Adrift Camilla up here, and the reason we're doing that is so that New Year's Camilla on this turn will have enough goad buffs to be able to double and kill this blue flyer on player phase. Vanilla Camilla is here. She's in the range of this, she's in the range of this Lance Fighter, but that's no problem. She can tank him all day. That's not an issue. We'll just shift New Year's Camilla back into position so she's getting a Hone Flyers buff next turn, as well as providing Vanilla Camilla that much-needed Goad Flyers buff. The Axe Cavalier also, or not the Axe Cavalier, the Axe Knight also has Panic Ploy, so just be mindful of that. Obviously, with the stat lines that we're talking about on Abyssal difficulty, they're probably going to be able to get Panic Ploy off on you, so just be mindful of it in position accordingly. So this turn we want to use Adrift Camilla to take out the Green Cavalier that's up here. So we'll take her out. And we want to use this opportunity to be able to take out the Red Mage. So we'll just shift Summer Camilla up here in the range of the Red Mage. Summer Camilla has Miracle, but she doesn't really need it. She doesn't have the best res, but she has Triangle Adept, so she'll be able to tank that without really any difficulty at all. She also has Attack Res 3, Brazen Attack Res 3, which means that she's getting a +7 bonus to her res, so she can tank that without much issue, but she also has Miracle cocked and ready just in case she needs it. Now we'll just shift back a little bit. We'll shift New Year's Camilla to safety, and we'll shift Vanilla Camilla back so that she's still in the range of this Lance Fighter and can finish her off on this turn. This configuration will also force the Axe Knight to separate from Duma, which is what we want. So now Duma no longer has the Armor March. Neither of them have the Armor March buff. And it's just kind of easy pickings at this point. We're going to first chip away at Duma with Summer Camilla. She does have, like I said, Blarraven and Triangle Adept, so she's going to do some pretty decent damage against him. And then we'll reposition her out of the way and finish Duma off with Adrift Camilla, proccing that Blazing Flame in addition to her regular attack. So she'll finish Duma off. We're going to get hit with the Panic Ploy from the Axe Cavalier. I keep saying Axe Cavalier. So we're going to get hit with the Panic Ploy from the Axe Knight, but that is no issue whatsoever. We're just going to attack with Adrift Camilla. And color advantage is a beautiful thing. We'll use New Year's Camilla to finish off the Axe Knight, doubling with Desperation. And that is it. So that is the strategy that I employed with Camilla Emblem to clear the Mythic Hero Battle Duma God of Strength. Let me know in the comments below what strategies and teams you ended up using on this Mythic Hero Battle on Abyssal difficulty. Hopefully you enjoyed watching the video, and if you did, please feel free to leave us a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more Fire Emblem Heroes content. We thank you so much for watching. We really do appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, let's protect those skies.